a fat lie is being spread around by the right. Oh, they used the hurricane to wipe out Republicans to rig the election. No, they used that hurricane to wipe out the people from there and get the rest to leave, try to pay them off to leave so they can get to that lithium. Elon needs that lithium for his smart energy bullcrap. And so him with FEMA and any other outsider organization that's not part of the federal government, it's not an agency of the federal government, they're all in it together, and the people in the government's being paid off to let them do this because they're the ones that's in control. The ones that's doing it is the ones that's in control. They're putting it in your face who's in control. FEMA's doing it outside of the federal government because they're not a federal agency. Look up what all the federal agencies of the federal corporation is. The United States Federal Corporation. All their federal agencies. Look them up. FEMA's not one because FEMA never existed until recently. FEMA has not existed for that long. EPA has not existed for that long. These are agencies that Congress is not even creating, and the executive branch ain't even enforcing them as law. They're the only two that's in charge. And they're the only ones that can create law. That's Congress. And then the executive branch takes that law they create and say, yeah, it's reasonable enough, we're going to have it enforced by our federal police. State police is separate. And they're all working outside of the state constitution. State constitution does not allow what they are doing to us. Does not allow for us to be policed by the state. Read the state constitution. There's nothing in the state constitution that says that we are to be governed and policed by the state, that the state has the right to create law enforcers, police, to police the public. We are free. We're not supposed to be governed over and policed by them. They are our servants. How can you be okay with letting your servants police and boss you around? You're the boss. We're the boss. And the sooner everybody realizes that, and we go up against them, they can't do anything. The Declaration of Independence states plain and clear that governors cannot make law. American Declaration of Independence. If you're for America, you have to be for enforcing that law. That was the first law created in 1776. The Declaration of Independence. That is law to the government, or to any government that's formed eventually, whatever. Anyone that becomes in charge. That's enforced first. Then the Bill of Rights that goes along with that Declaration of Independence. And then 11 through 27 is for the government to follow. It says how the government is to work and what all is to happen. And only the legislative branch, all three of those, the legislative branch can only participate in voting for the president. That's their only job. They can't create anything else. They cannot do anything else but vote in a president. So their job is only once every 4 years to vote in a president. And then they're supposed to be out of there, having separate jobs, not getting any money, only get paid when they go in there during whatever, cast their vote, or they get a small paycheck because they're working in there but they got to go out and get a second job. They got to be treated like us. Oh, you're not going to get paid that much. You got to go out and get a second job. So, I lost my train of thought on what I was talking about, but we're free. We're supposed to stand up. We're supposed to be the bosses. They're not supposed to be boss of us, not the police, not the sheriffs. The sheriff's main job is to uphold the Constitution, the U.S. Constitution. That's his job. But the DMV is paying them to do their job for them. So there's money involved, and so they went unconstitutional. Deputy sheriffs are supposed to enforce the Constitution, especially the marshal. The marshal is supposed to enforce the Constitution. The constable is supposed to enforce the Constitutions. And they're supposed to read it and say, well, this don't allow for what we are and what we're doing. We can't do this. This is not right. But they're not going to do that because they're making extra money. They have incentives to be evil and to go against the state's constitutions and the U.S. Constitution. The U.S. Constitution is above all the states' constitutions. It's the U.S. Constitution first. Then comes the state constitutions, and the state constitutions were all fixed up to abide by the U.S. Constitution, to be the same as the U.S. Constitution. And then any other laws created to go against anything that's in any of those constitutions is null and void and not to be enforced. These cops and all have the right to say, we can't enforce that. The Constitution says we can't. So, I'm going to leave it at that. Y'all take care. Bye.